सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद से अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled Lord. All glories to the assembled Lord. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you, all glories to Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Babu.
Hare Krishna, thank you Maharaj. My obeisances, Maharaj.
Gurudev, Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So good to have your blessings here, Maharaj. And if you're ready, we're going to put the verse on the screen, and then you may start.
Hare Krishna, Sadev Prabhu, before you go forward, please, before we go forward, I think we might do this also after, maybe when others are coming, but I think maybe we should chant loudly one Hare Krishna to wish Maharaj a happy Vesaput for
appearance.
Today.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Holiness Bhakti Sharudeshna Swami Maharaj ki
Jai. Hare
Srila Bhakti Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Bhakti Maharaj ki jai, Srila Bhakti Maharaj ki jai,
Hare
Srila Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Prabhu ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Prabhu ki jai.
Thank you for your blessing. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji and Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You hear me, Babu?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, we can hear you.
Mukam Karoti Vachanam. What is name? Okay. Narayanama Krishnaram Javanarotamam Yim Sarvatim Jasam So Jayamuti Rayet Nasta Prayeshu Habadrishu Nicham Bhagavatasya Bhagavatu Thamastoke Bhakti Bhavati Nasti. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 13, title, Dhritarashtra 6 home, verse 23. Oh, the verse is there. Aho mai chef jan jantor. Aho jayashi jantor. Vitasya yata bhavam. Ima parvikam pindam. Adate griya palavat. Aho, alas, mayasi papa. Aho, all the living beings. Hope for life. Yata, as much as bhavam you are. Ima of the better of the spirits. Aparijitam remnants. Indam footstuff. Adate sitting by. A household dog. Translation and purpose by John Grace. Abai Jaravinam Sri Prabhupada Manasita. Thus, how powerful are the force of a living being to continue his life. Verily, you are living just like a household dog and are eating remnants of food given by Bhima. A sadhu should never flatter kings or rich men to live comfortably at their cost. A sadhu is to speak to the householders about naked truths of life so that they may come to their senses about the precarious life in material existence. The Dhritarashtra is a typical example of an attached old man in household life. He had become a pauper in the true sense, yet he wanted to live comfortably in the house of the Pandavas, of whom Bhima actually is mentioned because personally he killed two prominent sons of Dhritarashtra, namely Yudhana and Dushasana. These two sons were very much dear to him for their notorious and nefarious activities, and Bhima is particularly pointed out because he killed these two pet sons. Why was Dhritarashtra living there at the house of the Pandavas? Because he wanted to continue his life comfortably, even at the risk of all humiliation. Vidura, therefore, was astonished how powerful is the urge to continue life. This sense of continuing one's life indicates that living being is eternally living entity and does not want to change his bodily habitation. The foolish man does not know that a particular term of bodily existence is awarded to him to undergo a term of imprisonment, and the human body is awarded after many births and deaths as the chance of self-realization to go back home, back to Godhead. But persons like Dhritarashtra try to make plans to live there in a comfortable position with profits and interest. For they do not see things as they are. Dhritarashtra is blind and continues to hope to live comfortably in the midst of all kinds of reverses of life. A sadhu like Vidur is meant to awaken such blind persons and thus help them go back to Godhead, where life is eternal. Once going there, no one wants to come back to this material world of miseries. We can just imagine how responsible a task is entrusted to a sadhu like Mahatma Vidur. Om Ajnanam Rasa Jana Jana Sarakaya Yaptu Minitam Yatasma Namaha Ishitanamanobisam Satam Yinamakale Ayam Gupta Padam Hayam Navati Samtam Vandyam Sri Guru Shiuta Para Kamalam Sri Guru Rashta Sri Rupam Savajitam Ragunatam Savarutam Paritam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shara Krishna Para Gaha Ganamanita Sri Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Hinna Bandhu Jagat Gopi Sagopi Kakan Taradatam Tanamoste Tab Jitana Gorangi Raje Vrishtamano Sware Vrishtamano Siti Devi Prana Mameta Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Citta Community Namine Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Satmane Sri Gaura Karura Sakti Bhakti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Community Namine Namaste Saravas Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvase Sakanyavadi Pattatari Katarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Siva Gari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam Mukrasivacharam Pangam Agate Girim Yat Sri Patadan Vande Sigurum Inataranam Smad Bhavatam Canto 1 Chapter 13 Text 23 Dhritarashtra speaks home. Alas, how powerful are the hopes of the living beings to continue his life. Verily, you are living just like a household dog and are eating remnants of food given by Bhima. So I'd like to thank everyone. I'd like to seek blessing from Paramparam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Maharaj Gurudev, Srila KRSNA Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj, His Grace Srivada Svanacharya, all the small devotees. I'm very grateful to all of you for your blessing and encouragement in my attempts to be a devotee. So please listen to me carefully, and any correction, any mistake, please let me know. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, excuse me, there seems to be a little bit of a noise at the background of your. Yeah.
Okay now?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes. Thank you.
Now?
Yes. Yeah. Very good.
Window was open, so noise was coming. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. I'm very happy to be with you again this afternoon. So this chapter, Dhritarashtra quits home. So we all know Dhritarashtra is blind. He's a blind person. Actually, he's doubly blind. Yes, his eyes cannot see due to some disease, and also spiritually he cannot see. Yeah, that's why we sing this song, Jil Jago, Jil Jago. Jago means wake up, wake up. I cannot say to tell somebody who is not sleeping to wake up. Means even though we are alive, we're moving around from morning till evening, we're still sleeping if we don't know our relationship with Krishna. So we are all sleeping still in this material world here. So the typical example is the Rashtra. So the text, the translation says, alas, how powerful are the hopes of a living being to continue his life. Really, you are living just like a dog and eating remnants of food given by Bhima. So we know the story. You know how Dhritarashtra made all kind of plans with his son Duryodhana to eliminate the Pandavas. How they make plan to send them on exile. Even they called for 12 years, and they made another plan for them to remain another more here, 13 years. When they came back, they just pleaded to have a small place to build their kingdom house. No, the Tarasa said, like Juram said, we cannot even give you a place for a space for needle. Can you imagine? So now today, the same Dhritarashtra, after trying so many ways to kill the Pandavas through his son Duryodhana, now is living at the cost of the Pandavas, especially Bhima. Bhima is the one who killed Duryodhana and his son. They are two cherished sons of Dhritarashtra. There is a very nice description in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, description by Kapila of adverse activities. If Prabhu can show the screen, this is Srimad Bhagavatam, canto 3, chapter 30, verse 2 to 19. It describes how we are very stupid and we live with this life, material life. Srimad Bhagavatam, canto 3, chapter 30. So, in the Prabhupada, Prabhupada mentioned that a sadhu should never flatter kings or rich men to live comfortably at their cost. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Go to verse 2. We read from verse 2 to 19. Only the translation. Yes. What? Yes. Whatever is. Yes. Translation. Yes. Whatever is produced by materialistic with great pain and labor for so-called happiness, the Supreme Personality, as a time factor, destroys, and for this reason, the conditioned soul laments. Next. Verse 3. Yeah. Yes. The misguided materialist does not know that his very body is impermanent, and that the attractions of home, land, and wealth, which are in relationship with that body, are also temporary. Out of ignorance only, he thinks that everything is permanent. Next verse. The living entity is in whatever species of life he appears, finds a particular type of satisfaction in that species, and is never averse being situated in such condition. Next. Yeah. The condition living entity is satisfied in his own particular species of life, while deluded by the covering influence of the illusory energy. He feels little inclined to trust of his body, even when in hell, or it takes the life in hellish enjoyment. Next. So, at the end, we will see why we are reading this. Such satisfaction with one's standard of living is due to the deep-rooted attraction for body, wife, home, children, animals, wealth, and friends. In such a situation, the conditioned soul thinks itself quite perfect. Next. Yeah. Although he's always burning with anxiety, such a fool always perform all kinds of mysterious activities with a hope which is never to be fulfilled, in order to maintain his so-called family and society. Next. He gives us and senses to a woman who falsely charms him with Maya. He enjoys solitary embrace and talking with her, and he is enchanted by the sweet words of the small children. Next. Yeah. The attached householder remains in his family life, which is full of diplomacy and politics, always spreading miseries and controlled by acts of sense gratification. He acts just to counteract the reaction of all his miseries, and if he can successfully counteract his miseries, he thinks that he is happy. Next. Yeah. He secures money by committing violence here and there, and although he employs it in the service of his family, he himself eats only a little portion of the food thus purchased, and he goes to hell for those for whom he earns the money in such an irregular way. Okay. Next. 11. When he suffers reverses in his occupation, he tries again and again to improve himself. But when he is baffled in all attempts and is ruined, he accepts money from others because of excessive greed. Next, please. Thus, the fortunate man and successful in maintaining his family members is bereft of all duty. He always thinks of his failure, breathing very deeply. Next. Seeing him unable to support them, his wife and others do not treat him with the same respect as before, even as misery farmers do not accord the same treatment of their old and worn out oxen. Next. The foolish family man does not become averse to family life, although he is maintained by those whom he once maintained. Deformed by the influence of old age, he prepares himself to meet ultimate death. Next. Thus, he remains at home just like a pet dog and eats whatever is so neglectingly given to him, afflicted with many illnesses such as dyspepsia and loss of appetite. He eats only very small morsels of food, and he becomes an invalid who cannot walk anymore. Next. In that disease condition, one has bulk due to the pressure of the hair from within, and his glands becomes congested with mucus. He has difficulty breathing, and upon exhaling and inhaling, it produces a sound like "hurrah, hurrah," rattling within the throat with old age. Jara. So remain 2 verses. Yeah. In this way, it becomes in the clutches of death and lies down, surrounded by lamenting friends and relatives. And although he wants to speak with them, he no longer comes because he is under the control of time. Next. Yeah. Thus, the man who engages in control senses is maintaining his family dies in grief, seeing his relative crying. He dies most pathetically in great pain and without consciousness. Last one. Yeah. At that, he sees the passengers of the Lord of Death come before him. The hive full of wax, and in this fear, he passes stool and urine. Yeah, so I read these verses. Yes, because here, Dhritarashtra is making some plans. Because in this material world, they are very fond of making plans. We don't know that the plan is already made by the supreme architecture, Krishna. The original plan is there. We are making small plans. And in such plans, we make so much endeavor to get what we don't need. Make so many plans to get so many things necessary to just accumulate wealth. See, and the Papa said that a sadhu should never flatter a king or rich man to live comfortably at their cost. See, in this material world, we are all living in misery. But if we think that, okay, those who are kings, those who are rich, those who are beautiful, those who are intelligent, they are happy. No. We all are suffering the same way. As far as material life is concerned, we are all comforted with herbs, diseases, old age, and death. So remember that Chaitanya Prabhu did not want to meet the king in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. He did not want to meet the king, Pataparudra. Yes, because generally kings, they are too much engrossed in material life. So many women, alcohol, diplomacy, politics. So it's not good for a sadhu to associate with such person. Although, okay, of course, we have some exceptions. Yeah, there are some exceptions in everything. But generally, rich people, kings, and those people who try to control this material world, they are very, very greedy. They like money, they like honor, they like power, they like women. That's why, Krishna, he can easily give a Bhakti Mukti Siddhi. Bhakti Mukti Siddhi. But prema is very, very, very rare. Difficult to get prema from Krishna. So the sadhu duty is to speak the truth to the householders. To speak the naked truth, not compromising. Some things is black, say it's black. Some things is white, they say it is white. No, just like Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada went to America, before he arrived there, so many gurus, they went to America and Europe before him. That's because they went with a different agenda. They did not introduce the real, spiritual life. No, they were even spelling private mantras. Say, this mantra, if you can tell it, your life will be successful. Then when Prabhupada comes, he introduced the 4 regulative principles. Because the other ones, they were afraid that, yes, if you introduce the 4 principles to them, they will all run away. I cannot get enough, followers. It's like nowadays, on Facebook and Instagram and all these social medias, we are all fond of having many followers. Even there are crooks, dogs, stupid people. Provided we have many followers, means good. The more we have followers, the more it's better. You see, so a sadhu does not compromise. He meets the king telling the truth, not upset because, okay, if I tell him the truth, the king or the prime minister will not give me big donation. No. So they tell them the truth. So the Dhritarashtra is a typical example of an attached old man. He became a pauper, and depending on the Pandavas. Although Bhima is the one who killed his 2 sons, Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra. It's a big shame. In the Bhagavad Gita, before the war, at the field of Kurukshetra, Krishna was telling Arjuna that for a Kshatriya, running away from the battlefield is very, very simple. Better you die there than to run away. For a Kshatriya, you must die on the battlefield, not running away. So for a king like Dhritarashtra, who humiliated the Pandavas previously, now is living at the cost of the Pandavas. Why? Why? Because he wants to continue living in his comfortable zone. So he was not ashamed. Yes, this Bhima, he killed my my two sons, all my sons, they killed them. Why? Because of material passion. Yeah. So it is mentioned that our life, Lord Brahmaji gave us 100 years to live. So the 100 years are divided into 4. 25 divided into 25 years each. So if I live our first 25 years in the Gurukula, Brahmachari, the next 25 as Grihastha, as all scholars, the next 25 as Vanaprastha, and the last 25 as renunciation, as sannyasi. Life is somewhere is described. I can't see that is a third temple also. I don't know exactly what it is. But the purpose of describing material life as a very deep hole, dark, full of snakes. The material life is like a very deep hole, very dark, full of snakes. If you fall into that's a hole, that's where it's not easy to come out or something like that. So Vidura therefore was astonished how powerful the huge something life is. So Vidura was staying in the palace. He was surprised to see that, hey, this is the same Dhritarashtra today is living comfortably in the palace of the Pandavas, in the same palace with Bhima. I can't believe it's not possible. But yes, it's possible. When somebody is ignorant, he can do that. That's why the duty of the sadhus is to go to the houses of kings and so-called big men in this world to tell them the truth. That yes, you are a big man today. That don't forget that the bigger boss is there up at the top. This God, this Krishna. So Dhritarashtra did not have good advice. His son had been lying to him all the time, tried to make all bad plans to harm the Pandavas until he died. Now that the son is not there, the only shelter he can get is take shelter from his enemies, so-called enemies, the Pandavas. So the foolish man does not know that a particular term of bodily existence is awarded to him to undergo term of imprisonment. Yeah. So the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 16, explains the those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non-existence there is no entrance, and of the existence there is no cessation. Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that to the non-existence, the material body, there is no entrance, and of the eternal the soul, there is no change. This is how they have concluded by studying the nature of both. Yes, this is knowledge. Real knowledge means know who I am, and what is the difference between me and the super soul. We are soul, and we are the super soul. We are Atma, there is Paramatma. So the foolish man is saying that his body is mine, but they forget that there is some limit. anything in this material world is not permanent. Nothing is permanent. No matter how beautiful it is, no matter how strong it is, it must come to an end. Everything starts, everything perishes in this material world. Yeah. So the Dhritarashtra does not know that. People like the Dhritarashtra, they think, yes, my body is given to me for my sense gratification. Yeah. So they must enjoy till time, just like we read in this one, the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto. We enjoy life until virtue comes to push us out of the body. So in that way, Dhritarashtra is, as I said before, is doubly blind. So at birth was blind, and also, physically speaking, he was also blind, because he cannot see this small situation that yes, I've spent all my life disturbing the fun of us, and today I'm living at a cost. It's become somebody very ashamed, but that's not his problem. Provided he can get some very nice room, very nice bed, some nice tea, some nice prasad. No, yes, my life is successful. That is a big mistake. And what is the goal of life? What is the goal of life? We forget it. By engaging too much our life in sense gratification. Yeah. So he keeps constantly making plans. He says, today I'm not very happy, but tomorrow he'll be happy. That's like it is described in the Bhagavad Gita, the banana tree. This banana tree, the roots are up, the branches are down. And this banana tree, has 3 types of fruits, which are the 3 gunas. So some fruits are bitter, very, very bitter. Some fruits are sour. Some fruits are sweet. But generally, all the fruits are bitter and sour. Very few ones are sweet. So from time to time, we get in touch with food that is sweet. Then we yes, oh, life is not so bad. Yes, there is the possible. That's gambling. We gamble with our life because we get small pleasure somewhere. Yes, life is not so bad. Let's continue. Tomorrow I'll be happy. Maybe today I'm not happy, but surely tomorrow I'm going to be happy. And time is flying. Time is flying until we leave the body like a pig dogs. And the here is mentioned, Dhritarashtra is living like a household dog and eating the remnants food given by him. What a shame. The human body is awarded after many, many births and deaths as a chance for self-realization. Go back to God. So Srila Prabhupada made a very nice he says we have to make the best use of the bad bargain. This material body, we already made a mistake, big mistake, to accept this body for the material body. We're having a very blissful body, Satchitananda. Then we also wanted to be Ishvara, small Ishvaras. Okay, so we came here. So we have been given this material body. The purpose of having this body is to, attain self-realization. But unfortunately, many of people living here, they don't think of it. So the Prabhupada said, to make the best use of a bad bargain. It's a bad bargain already. We lost by no, changing our body to this material body. Okay? So it is a bad, very bad bargain. So how to make the best use of it? You know, is to use that body to practice devotional service. Otherwise, everything else we are going to do is just to increase our suffering in this material world. So we have to be intelligent and try to use this body in the best way. The best way to use this material body is to use it to become a devotee. It's like Ambarish. King Ambarish, he used his body, his eyes, his deity, his ears to hear Krishna Katha, his nose to smell the essence, fragrance incense in the temple, his hands to make garland to the deities, his legs to walk the temple, his body to touch devotees, like that. Otherwise, the body itself is a bag of bones, mucus, blood, urine. It's just a bag. You remember the liquid beauty story? Then that friends wanted to marry a very beautiful girl. The girl said, okay, no worry, come after 1 week. So after 1 week, he came. And before that, the girl, she took some medicine, some tablets to purge. So she vomited and she passed through so many in the buckets and kept it there. And she became very lean. So when the prince came back, he said, yes, I came to see my darling, my sweet girl. They said, okay, he's the one there. He could not recognize that because no, not possible. Then the girl told him, yes. A week before, you came and you were attracted by the bones, the mucus, the blood, the urine, and anything. It was just a bag. And what you loved a week ago is there in the bucket. You see, this is what we are doing. So we instead of thinking of make progress in devotional service, we think how to polish the body, how to make our body stronger, more beautiful. That is already a bad bargain. It's a bad bargain. This body will always deceive us. It's already said in the Shastras. When anybody takes birth, must become sick, must grow old, and must die. So sometimes we pretend that we don't see, we don't know. We pretend that we don't know. It is a fact. Yeah. So best way to use this, this body, this material body, is material. It's not permanent. It's temporary, and it brings so many problems. Anxiety, smart anxiety. When we say the three kleshas, Kleshadni, Adibodhi klesha, Adidevi klesha, Adhyatmika klesha. Because of the body, there is no kleshas in Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha without anxiety. Kunta means anxiety. Yes, Kunta Loka. But where Narayan is living is called Vaikuntha. Without. So here, as long as we have this matter body, we will face the three kleshas. Adibodhi klesha, Adhyatmika klesha, Adidevi klesha. There's no way around it. We cannot change. It's not possible. See, we think that, okay, by material progress, by economic progress, one day we can reduce suffering in this material world. No. Not possible. You cannot reduce. You already said in the Shastra, this place is for suffering. We cannot change anything. But the only thing is that, as devotees, we must protect ourselves by devotional service so that we don't feel this problem, the troubles. Otherwise, it's already said, Kali means to suffer, quarrel, and hypocrisy and illusion. We cannot change that unless we are practicing devotion service. We will face quarrel, hypocrisy, and irreligion. This is a fact. So in a village, when there is a disease, I remember one where yes, the kids, you know, there is a vaccination, you know. So those the children who are vaccinated, they cannot have this disease. So now everybody in all the countries, all the governments, they are asking the citizens to get vaccination, get vaccinated. But we are forgetting the real vaccination. Real vaccination means prasad and mahamantra. The Prabhupada gave a nice analogy that the temple is like a hospital. The guru, the sadhu, the spiritual master is a doctor. Doctor gives two things to the sick people. Gives the diet and the medicine. The medicine is prasad, and the diet is the prasad, and the medicine injection is the mahamantra. But that is the real vaccination. Real vaccination. People they don't want that. They want to have different vaccination. So the sadhu, his duty, as like Vidura, is to awake those who are sleeping, those who are blind like Dhritarashtra. I helping them went back. So the sadhus, it said that the advanced devotees, the advanced soul, they are called Param Dukkha. Param Dukkha. The Sanskrit word dukh means to suffer, suffering. Param means above. So it is a contrast. How those who are very advanced, how do they suffer? Param Dukkha means they are above suffering, but they are still suffering because of others. When they see people thinking that they are enjoying, they really suffer. They suffer. They cry. Look at these fools. They think they are enjoying. They are complicating their situation in this material world. So, personality like Vidura, their duty is to help people come back to their senses. That's why Chaitanya Prabhu said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, is very famous. I think it's Adi Lila, chapter 9, verse 41. Bharata Bhumite, no? That verse is there. So in the essence, Chaitanya Prabhu was asking those who are taken birth in the land of Bharatavarsha. It is a duty to perfect their life and make the life of others also perfect. Actually, there is a difference between the Mahatmas and the Vimudatmas. The Vimudatmas saying that yes, everything around me is meant for my sense gratification. Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Bharata Bhumite Haila Manushya Jana Janma Yara Janma Sakha Harikara Parupakara. The translation means one who has taken his birth as a human being in the land of India, Bharatavarsha, should make his life successful and work for the benefit of all others. Yes. So Vidura here is perfect. So is helping person like Dhritarashtra who are forgotten the goal of life. Same thing also when we become devotee, when we join Krishna consciousness, we become different from other people. So it is our duty, to perfect our life. It's like I always say that one thing is to become a devotee. But another thing is to become a pure devotee. Already the nectar of instruction for the also in the Nectar devotion, it's mentioned there already the 3 levels of devotees. You know, Kanistas, the Madhyam, and the Uttamas. Yet sometimes we have the tendency to remain so long in the Kanista level. We become senior Kanistas. Senior Kanista. This is probably the senior Kanista, not the senior Kanista. No. We will move from Kanista to Madhyam. At least from Madhyam, then yes, you can say yes. It's time to practice serious Krishna consciousness. But Kanista, no, Kanista, they can still go back. Kanista, they are like, Bhagavad Gita mentioned that 4 people will come to him. Those who are in trouble, those who need money, those who are curious. This type of person, they can still go back. Because they are Kanista, they are there for a purpose. This is the karma nisha bhaktas. Karma nisha bhaktas. We love Krishna, it's true, but with a motive. So we should become, yes, we have joined, just like Chaitanya Prabhu is instructing those who take birth in India to perfect their life and help others. Everything also, when we become devotee, it should not just say, yes, I'm a devotee. Try to become very serious devotee, at least medium level, and try to move forward to Uttam, then we can help others. Because in this material world, everywhere we go, is a place of suffering. So with religion, yeah, Dhritarashtra, best way is to think that yes, I must try to keep on looking, comfortable life. Nice bed, nice food. But we read in the beginning from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 3, third canto, chapter 30, verse 2 to 19. It said, at the hand, our family members, our wives, children, friends, they will reject us. Because when you become very old, and then no strength, can't even walk to go to toilet, your own children, because now is everything moving so fast, they will leave home, and you'll be staying there alone. It's like on Mother Day. The Mother Day only, you can snap picture with grandmother. They put it on Facebook. But in real life, the old lady is always alone at home. See, material life is impossible. But Krishna consciousness, Krishna promised that whatever little service you do for me, I will still remember that. But material life is ungrateful. The more you endeavor in material life, the more material life becomes ungrateful. Krishna promised, little devotion you do for me, I will remember. In fact, in terms of death, the only thing we can carry with us is our devotional credit. We cannot carry the house, we cannot carry our vehicle, we cannot carry our mobile phones, we cannot carry our bank accounts, we cannot carry our wife and children. No. The only thing we can carry is our devotional credit, our future bank accounts. So there's no need to try to prolong or try to make this material life better. How can someone be so foolish to make his life in prison better? How can you make your life in prison? Prison means conditioned life. And want to make the prison better? How is it possible? Well, you can improve it a little. You can be in an AC room in the prison. Okay, it's like, but you are still a prisoner. Now have TV in your room because you are a special prisoner, but you are still a prisoner. Your status is that you are a prisoner. Okay, they have Prabhupada gives the example of the iron chain for a prisoner, the silver chain for a prisoner, and a golden chain for the prisoner. But all the prisoners. Yeah, so this, though we are reading this life of Dhritarashtra, sometimes also we think about our own self. How are we preparing our life? Are we not making plans to live in our comfort zone? Are we ready to take the challenge, to face the real, Krishna consciousness? So many challenges are there. But sometimes we try to just avoid difficulties. We only look for things that are very easy. So you can end up like Dhritarashtra. You can take the remnant food of Bhima. It's a big shame. Like a household dog. Dhritarashtra is compared here as a household dog, eating the remnant food given by the person who killed his sons. The material world is making us suffering every day, but we still obsessed to material life. We honor material life. We give respect to material life. We have faith in material life. Our faith in Krishna consciousness is shaking. And faith, we give full faith in Maya. Yes. Maya, no problem. Maya is sure. You see? Yeah, so I can stop here. It can do some questions, some comments, some corrections. You're welcome.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you for the Maha class. So much nectar. And well, Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, please unmute and go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Please allow me to use this medium to wish Gurudev a happy appearance day once again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
What is the question?
Do you have any questions?
No. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. So we go to Tribhuvannath Prabhu, please unmute.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, accept my obeisances. Happy Vyasa Puj to you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I so much appreciate you for the thoughts you have given to this particular test. And I also appreciate what you have said. You said that the real vaccination is Maha Mantra and Prasad.
Yes.
I think that is wonderful. But I don't know how we can fix this kind of thoughts that I have in my mind. In ISKCON today, most of the superiors, when I mean superior, I'm talking about from the GBC level, they all have got vaccinated. So how do we fix that?
Well, this is I must say controversial that if the most of the GBC members have that vaccination, actually this class is not an issue. It debates whether vaccination is bad or good. That's not the purpose of the class. And also we are not arguing whether vaccination is good or not. Yes. But but I'm saying the real vaccination, even though we do first dose, under dose, but still, as long as we are in this material body, we are not going to be happy. There's no peace, there's no happiness, so long we are in this material body. See, so and even if we do get vaccination, are we not going to die? We die. Anyway, yeah. So the real shelter, as I'm saying, can take temporary vaccination because of due to traveling plans. Nobody can travel from one place to another. So people are requiring vaccination. So that's why we are saying in the purport, Prabhupada said that we need to, that is like we do have to take risk to fish. See? So many of our generals, yes, they lost the body due to this COVID, trying to help devotees. That is a good death. But the Easterners who have done the vaccination, well, it is actually people are saying that vaccination is a choice. GBC is not forcing everyone to do the vaccination. Those who feel to do, they can do. And the wearing of masks and all the precautions are still there. No problem. But as far as devotion service is concerned, as far as this life is concerned, I'm saying that the best way to get vaccinated is to take shelter, prasad, and Mahamantra. Actually, this Mahamantra is a global vaccination. Those who like or don't like it, they will get vaccinated by just hearing Mahamantra. Chitama Babu vaccinated the gorillas, the monkeys, the deers, the tigers in Jarikanda forest. No, all of that country. The trees, the ants, the dogs, the foolish people, the food, the magical. People are moving around in the street when they hear the Mahamantra. Even it's not today, but the vaccination will make an effect sooner or later. He said that the books, the Prabhupada books are like bombs. If you throw a bomb, it may not explode today. Somebody can buy a book today, may not read it himself, and give it to a friend or keep it in the house, and after 5 years or 10 years, another person will take it and read, and it will have the effect. So it's the bomb. Okay. So the issue is not to say if vaccination is good or not. But those are doing, okay, fine, it's their choice. Those are not doing, like me, I don't like it, I'm not interested. For now, I'm refusing so many opportunities to travel because of that. For now.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj. Nadi Nidanam Prabhu, please unmute.
So, Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the opportunity. And Maharaj, I beg to offer my humble obeisances unto your lotus feet.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Maharaj, my question is, so you talk about the real vaccination, which is chanting of the Maha Mantra. And we know that the whole world is in a bad situation whereby I'm talking about the COVID. So isn't this our opportunity as a movement, ISKCON, to push this thing ahead? Or is because of we are not having the men push it ahead? Actually, I have, but this is the first one. I don't know whether if they are doing it, but since I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
Push what?
To push the chanting of Mahamantra as to the world leaders, yes, as the real vaccine. I hope you got my question.
Yes, I got it. Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yes, but we are doing it. No, you don't see some in many parts of the world, Harinam is going on, still going on. Maybe not like before, but still going on at least. Maybe we have to make more plans, with more, yes. But it's still on. It's on in every town and every village. The devotees are trying their best. Yes, we have to make more plans to increase the chanting. This is the fact. Okay, but we are not sleeping. It's still on. All devotees are trying. There's different places of the world. They're trying to do their best to fulfill the mission and the instruction of Chaitanya Prabhu. that the holy name should be heard in every town and every place. And also, this thing can be done globally, collectively, also individually. In India, for instance, some people they have loudspeaker. They just one person sit in his house and chant mantra the whole day. That spreads the area. Yes, that's one. Chant mantra and spread all over because they have loudspeaker. Sometimes also they recite Bhagavad Gita for many people to hear also. That is there also. So maybe globally, collectively, or individually also. That's the point is that it is still on. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Maharaj. Chaitanya Brahma, please, excuse me, hold on for a second. Maharaj, I have a few things to share about the first two questions, and that is that this issue about COVID vaccination has been coming up many times. We've been talking about it on different social media. And I think at this point, devotees should try to remember that they do not bring up such topics in programs like this.
Okay.
Because whatever the speaker says may create other pandemonium somewhere. Yeah, like Maharaj said, it's individual. If someone likes, you take it. If you don't like, you don't take it. Now, if you take it, you don't have to frown on those who didn't take it. And if you don't take it, you don't frown on those who took it. This can lead to committing lots of offenses. Because if we know a guru who took the vaccination and we start making mockery of such a great person, that is a very big offense. And Anadi Nidanam Prabhu, your question too, we should also try to remember that even though this precious movement, ISKCON, is so amazing, but we are still under society. Just like in Ghana, I know there is a point in time in a year, in Accra in particular, where according to the custom, nobody is allowed to play drums. And for us as devotees, we use medangas in our worship. We cannot say that because that is what, or that is how we worship. Even when they ask us not to play drums, we're going to play drums. We don't do that. We are not social disobedient people, our society. And so depending on which country you live in, if the country laws bars you from doing things like that in public, you cannot do it. We cannot do it. That is why in some places, devotees are not going out doing Harinam and Kirtan because it's against the laws. That's what I wanted to say. So, Shri Chaitanya Prabhu, if you have something to say, please unmute. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for allowing me to say something.
Yeah, very good. Good point.
Hare Krishna, Dandava Pranams to Maharaj. Happy Appearance Day. And Dandava Pranams to all the great Vaishnava devotees who have taken it as important to be part of this kind of discourse. Actually, we know that one of the qualities of somebody who is getting purified is that, or one of the symptoms of one who is getting purified is that he has affinity for hearing the pastimes of the Lord. That means ready to take the medicine, because chanting and hearing is medicine for everyone in the material world, because they are all considered sick. Having said this, I would like to gravitate towards something that I wanted to analyze a little bit in this forum. In our system, we have grihasthas, we have sannyasis, we have vanaprasthas, and we have brahmacharis.
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have said somewhere also, he is not a Vanaprastha, is not a Brahmachari, is not a sannyas, is not Vaishya, is not Sudra, is not any of this. That means the focus is devotional service, which is beyond external demarcated distinctions. Yeah. So, and also when Krishna appeared on the planets in Dwarka, he married and lived with 16,108 wives, produced 10 children, 10 boys from each of the wives, and one girl also. That place some emphasis on the population of the householders. Actually, he had so much compassion for the householders. And he had to come and live as an exemplary householder so that those who are serious can follow what he did. Because he woke up every morning, even though he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by 4 o'clock he's awake. He takes his baths, he chants his Gayatri. In the process, sometimes worship some demigods, give charity to Brahmanas, and try to satisfy everybody every day. So, right in our movement in ISKCON, 99% are householders, and very few percent are brahmacharis. And now we are having Grihastha gurus, householder gurus also. So that is a pointer that the focus is on becoming a pure devotee. I mean, for a householder, how he's able to dovetail whatever comes his way in the service of Krishna, that is his renunciation. And Arjuna, Yudhishthira, and co, who are very, very powerful pure devotees, they did not also take sannyas. And they were just householders like that, living exemplarily. So I'm just wondering, why is it that Krishna didn't take sannyas and emphasize the importance of full renunciation from the beginning? Instead, he went through the householder way and all that and all that. Why do you think it is so? I just wanted to share some light on this, that we can discuss this subject matter without diplomacy and see if we can get something about what actually is devotional service. What is it that is actually devotional service?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. You actually, you already answered your question yourself, your explanations. Mentioned that Lord Chaitanya Prabhu said he's not Brahmachari, he's not the Grihastha, he's not the Sannyasi, he's not the Vanaprastha, he's not the Brahmana, he's not the Kshatriya, he's not the Vaishya, he's the Sudra. Just to avoid etiquettes. Actually, as you said, Rupa Goswami said that our real position, our original and natural position is the Jivera Swarup Krishna Nityadas. Jivera Swarup Krishna Nityadas. That's our original position is that we are Krishna Das. And coming to the example of Krishna marrying 16,000 wives and having 10 children with each of them, every incarnation have a particular way of acting. Just like Sri Ramachandra, one of them is Ekatni Mrat. The means it came to Ali marry only one wife, because when he was in the forest, so he get some opportunity also. This last time I came only for marrying one wife. So Krishna also was showing, by marrying so many wives, to show his opulence. Actually, everything belongs to him. Men, women, everybody belongs to him. And in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did two signs. Okay. So just to show that whatever position or ashram we have, as you did mention, now today even we are very proud in West Africa here that there is actually a very nice example that will make people to think that yes, it is possible. So we have the example of His Grace Sivadas Vanacharya, who was made it to the level of a Diksha Guru. So it's not a sin to be a Grihastha. It's not shameful to be a Grihastha. Actually, we have many householders. Householder means someone who has to hold a house. He has a family. To have a family is not a sin. Srila Prabhupada also was having a family, wife and children. Is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said, if he could have the guarantee that you get all the children will become pure devotees, you will get 10,000. I think he had 13 or 12 sons like that. Listen. So the issue is not the ashram, but the focus. If you're brahmachari, what is the target? If you're grihastha, what is the target? If you're sannyasi, what is the target? If you're vanaprastha, what is the target? I mentioned that one thing is to become a devotee. The next thing is to become a pure devotee. So we have to move from kanishta to madhyam to uttama. All of us. So it is now, don't start to bring this kind of discrimination, of ashram discrimination. All devotees serving in different capacities, the same Krishna. Okay, I hope it is clear, and the devotion service should be the key target. All of us look at the same direction, how to serve Krishna. A brahmachari or a sannyasi, after it's free to travel everywhere. And when you travel, all the facilities, paying the flight tickets, all the facilities, we provide them. The grihasthas who are working. Okay, so it's a team. Nobody is useless. Nobody is also saying that yes, without me, the train of Krishna consciousness cannot move. We are all useful. Nobody is useless. I like one proverb that says, only every sinner have a future, and every saint have a past. So we be created today and become topmost devotee tomorrow. Just life is not simple life. Just means someone who has a wife. That's all. You have your wife and family, practice Krishna consciousness at home, you are devotee. What's the problem? It's not a problem. So there is no issues, there's no complex superiority complex. So we are all devotees. Just like Chaitanya Prabhu, he said, he emphasized on Das Anudasa. I'm not the grihastha, not the vanaprastha, not the sannyasi, not the brahmachari, not the brahmana, not the kshatriya, not the vaishya, not the sudra. That I'm the servant of the servant of the servant of the devotees. Yes, we are all servants. Hare Krishna. I hope it's okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maharaj. That's a very beautiful answer. And I really admire every sinner has a future and every saint has a past. That's very beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. So Kapila Prabhu, please unmute.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Happy Vyasa Puja to you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So, Maharaj, please, I want to ask, because in the past time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we saw that even when Chankazi stopped devotees for doing arena, you have to go and talk with him, and Chankazi realized that, yes, he's not an ordinary person. And Krishna also, he encouraged the Pandavas, Yudhishthira, to be the king, so that everything can go on well in the material in this life. So I want to ask, now, devotees are going in this material world now, like from the top people down, the way they are increasing on doing bad things or inviting things that make us suffer more. Like the way you say the internet, we are just concerned about how we get more followers, all those things. Is it that they are encouraged by Mahakali, or what are they encouraged by? Would encourage them to be increasing the bad things day by day? Or I remember last time Prabhu was saying in his class that in 10 generations from now, they will be designed to have this kind of life we are living today. So who is encouraging them to progress these things they are doing? I want to know more.
It's Maya. Maya. You have two ways. There's Krishna. Those who are not with Krishna, they are with Maya. There is no third position. I cannot say, okay, I'm not with Krishna, but I'm not in Maya also. No. Either you are with Krishna or you have Maya. Maya means what is not Krishna? The opposite of light is darkness. Actually, darkness does not have an existence by itself. When there is no light, then automatically darkness appears. When there is no Krishna, then Maya also appears. Why Maya and Maya? Because when it said, and idle mind is workshop of demons. When your mind is free, stress out. Then okay, Maya say, okay, this person doesn't have agenda. Let me give him some agenda. Let me have plan for him. The Maya will plan our life accordingly. But if we are busy, actually, Srila Prabhupada made this movement for us to be busy from morning till evening. But those who are not busy, they will be engaged by material energy. Just like this telephone here. Yes. So Facebook, all these things. Actually, again, I'm quoting Srila Prabhupada that we must make the best use of all those things here. Facebook itself is not bad, but also we can use it to, like WhatsApp now. We are doing this Zoom. This Zoom is not created by a devotee, It's the economy who did that. But we are making the best use of this Zoom today. On Facebook, you can have followers, you can preach to them. Okay, no problem. And Instagram, all the social media, they can be useful when we apply them in our Krishna concept. So actually, nothing is bad or good, depending on how we use them. A knife, how can you say a knife is good or bad? A knife just waiting for you. How are you going to use it? You use a knife to make after that day. Cut the cake, very beautiful. Cut vegetable for prasad, very nice. But the same knife and use it to stab somebody. Is the fault of this knife? No. So who is responsible is the material energy, and we also, because we have so much material desires. That's why Maya is using us. So if you plan our life devotionally, we make plan out this today. I must finish my round 6 times. After I finish my round, I take prasad. After prasad, I read this book. After I read this book, I do this. From morning to evening, you see that Maya cannot catch us. One day, I like this. I like to remember this point every day. One time, our Gurudev Srila Bhakti Maharaj asked me, because when I took initiation the first time, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 3 months later, and I wrote him that, yes, Gurudev, I'm having so much problem. My mind is stuck. Why? Before I was not initiated, I was okay. Now, big problem. And he said, now that you are officially devotee, now you got initiation. Now you are officially a student. And have you ever seen a student without exam? If you are a student, to move forward to the next class, you must have evaluation. Even in ISKCON, we do Bhakti Shastri, we do the second course, we have evaluation to see if we are progressing. So, Maya will always test us. So we say, and you think that the pure devotees, the gurus, the sannyasis, the GDCs, or the living devotees, do you think they don't have also Maya attack? Yes, Maya come to them, but when Maya is coming, they have busy practicing Krishna consciousness. Just like Harita Thakur. Maya came, Maya personified, came to him, but he was busy chanting 300,000 rounds a day. So he engaged Maya Devi in his service. So if you are stressed out and from morning to evening you don't have anything to do, then Maya will push us. Yes, go to Facebook. There you are going to reach into the class of your guru. Go to Facebook, go to WhatsApp. Then there also Facebook is not only for devotees. So many things are there on Facebook. So yes, you will listen to the class of your guru, but by mistake, you can also look at some picture that you don't like. Then from there, Maya will grab you slowly. Okay? So it is Maya. When there is no strong practice in Krishna consciousness, then Maya is there. That's all.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you. Tribhuvannath Prabhu, you have something else to say?
Yes, I have a comment.
Okay.
Maharaj, I thank you for your thoughts, the thoughts you gave for Chaitanya Prema's question. And in one of the purports, I think it's in chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada have said that the definition of God is one who possesses the 6 qualities. So he said, not partial. So God has this 6 quality in full, but the individual has the partial aspect. So one or two of the 6 quality is idea of renunciation. So, but we see that this renunciation is not famous among the subordinates. Even in the old days, just like we are getting this information from Vidural and Dhritarashtra, we can see how it is for somebody to be attached. Even when his nose is bringing us mucus, he's still very attached. We can deduct the difference between God and the subordinate, individual. So it does not apply that Krishna did not in the first place establish sannyasi principles, that he went through the channel of KRSNA. No, this is quality. He has it in full, and no one has it apart from him. So this is my comment.
Yes, thank you. Very nice comment. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Anyone else with anything to say?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shri.
Dandava pranam. All glory to you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj,
yes.
In the course of your lecture also, you mentioned that the first 25 years are for brahmachariship, and the second 25 are for householder life. Those who want to follow that way anyway. Then the next 25, you start practicing Vanaprastha, and the last 25 you renounce. Actually, that is the natural course. But somehow or the other in Africa here, before we even come to know about Brahmachari ashram, we are already 25 years old. Before we ever hear the word Brahmachari, we are already 25. And we start Krishna consciousness, we practice another 25 years. By the time 50 that we're supposed to renounce, that's when we are entering into household life. So what advice do you have for those who are above 50 that are still in household life? Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My advice for those who are above 50, who are still in Grihastha ashram, well, this progression from one ashram to another, it should not be by force. Okay, those who are already they are above 60 and they have children of young age. Yes, they can't do otherwise. They have to take care of the kids. And also, so see, as we said before, the real life is not an obstacle. So, yes. See, actually, I remember one, I don't know exactly, but I think one of the Papa quotes. Papa was saying that anyone who has a very obedient and very good wife, that's not need to take things. Papa said it. Where? So, if you are in the grass ashram, you have a very wonderful Mataji, very nice children who are devotees. You keep them at home. You know, you give classes at home. You take prasad. You have altar in your home. You are devoted. From your house, you go to temple. I mean, what's the point of renunciation? The point of renunciation means to stop enjoying things for ourselves. Krishna mentioned to Arjuna many times in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna to become a sannyasi, become a yogi. How a grihastha can become a sannyasi? How can a sannyasi become a renunciant? Yes, you have to renounce to enjoy the same subject. But the Tyagis, the Mayavadis, they say, okay, material action entangles, then entanglement. So I will stop action. The devotees, they will do acts, but they renounce the result of the action. That's the difference between the sannyasi and the Tyagi. See, so they were in ISKCON, we are all, in fact, we are the devotee who practice all the principles in ISKCON. Is in the mode of renunciation because we are not enjoying. The point is we should stop enjoying the result of our action. That's the real definition of renunciation. Otherwise, what can we renounce? Renounce to enjoy the material life. So if you, like, let me take your example. You have a nice baby, a nice boy, nice Mataji. I know your boy. You always come to temple, very beautiful. So if that boy continues like that, you also become a devotee eventually. You marry maybe also become a brahmachari. I don't know. But your wife, you yourself, your family, you're all devotees. That's why we are gurukulas. No? When the grihasthas we send their boys, the children to gurukula, they will become devotees, and we can have a Vaishnava community. Who said that a grihastha who dies does not go to Goloka Vrindavan? Who says? Who said that a Vanaprastha who dies cannot go to Godhead? Nobody said that only sannyasis and gurus go to Godhead. No. It's a matter of consciousness. So it is not, again I'm saying, you should not have any complex, either superior or inferior complex. Grihastha is a devotee, Vanaprastha is a devotee, Sannyasi is a devotee, also is a devotee, Brahmachari is a devotee. So there is no competition, there is no judgment. This is good devotee, this is bad devotee. No. We are all devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Shri Govinda Prabhu, do you have something to say? Please unmute.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to you.
What is that?
And happy Vyasa Puja.
Thank you.
And again, thank you very much for this wonderful class. It's very, very nice class. Maharaj, anytime you give class, you always encouraging us to become pure devotees. You always encourage us to go higher, not to be comfortable with whatever situation we may find ourselves in, we should try to go higher. Higher and higher is always the goal of your advice. We know you when you came as a BHAKTA in Cote d'Ivoire.
Yes.
And since then, you've stayed very straight, determined student till today. My question is, how did you become a devotee? Can you please help us? How did you become a devotee of Krishna?
Oh. Become a devotee. Well, you can say that Krishna's mercy. Actually, I was happy to be born in a family with a very, very, very strict father. Actually, we give a name to our father. We used to call him Hitler. Because very strict, very, very, very strict. You know, we were thinking that he was very wicked. That's very, very strict. So in the house, in our family, there's no question of going to party, you know, going to swim, going to cinema, going to drink, smoking. If you come to the family and you say, Daddy, this is my girlfriend, that day, get out from the house. Because my father said, now you are big boss, you are big man, you can take your own house now. That's how it turned out. The only thing we're not following at home was only eating meat. Otherwise, the other principles, we are following them already. So when I joined Krishna courses, actually I was asking myself so many questions when I was young, 8, 10. Sometimes I look at the sky and I say, people are saying God. Is God really exist? But why is so many, injustice, so many problems, so much troubles? What does this? And I met the devotees. I was, I think, 20 years old, I think, 21 years old. And I was having many questions in my mind, bothering my mind. So I saw the devotees doing Sankirtan, the streets, and I forced them. And I bought, I was students then, and I bought, actually they gave me not the normal price, the half price. They gave me the book, and that was the Science of Self-Realization. I was having like 60 questions, 60, 70 questions, but only 2 pages of that book. I mean, good answer to all these questions. And also, I was having attraction for Indian films when I was young. I used to like to watch Indian films before when I was young. The Shiva flying the sky, the Hanuman, all those things we were looking when we were young. Young. So when I joined, when I got the book and I came to the temple, I saw the pictures and yes, that thing I'm looking for. And the principle in it comes, the vegetarianism, avoiding so many things. Yes, this is a serious religion. This is what I'm looking for. So I believe, and normally Krishna prepared me by putting me in that family. We're thinking that yes, we are not lucky because my friends the same age with me, they were having so many ways to gratify their senses when they're young. But in our family, we're thinking, oh, we are not lucky. Our father is very strict. Sundays you have to study. There's no weekend. Say Saturday is a day to study. No weekend, no cinema, no cigarettes. Okay. Yes. So I think Krishna arranged my my life. I wish I could have been started at the younger age, but this is what Krishna prepared for me. And I'm also by the mercy of Gurudev Siddha Bhakti Maharaj, he accepted me as his son. Actually, Gurudev loved me so much. Sometimes I was thinking that I'm the only one Gurudev loved. I was thinking like that. Yeah. And he gave me my name and the love and care and attention. I was thinking in my mind that yes, maybe I'm the only one Gurudev loved the most. Yes. So this is my father. I got my biological father prepared the ground for me, and my sister father also gave me encouragement, love, and care to push me forward. Yes. There are a lot to say, but this is the only thing I can say for now.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Maharaj, the little thing I would like to say is that I was very fortunate, and I'm still very fortunate that you are my big brother. And when I look back and I realize that I have personalities like your humble self as my big brother, I become very hopeful that if I try, there is hope for me. So thank you for being there for all of us. Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Thanks, sir.
Well, Maharaj has been here for almost 2 hours. I think we will let him go today. It's a Vyasa Puja day. Probably there is some programs outlined for him, so we may have to let him go.
So I think tomorrow also is the program of Gurudev.
Oh,
program online.
Yes. Tomorrow is Bhaktirata Maharaj's Vyasa Puja also. Yes. I think the information is on the WhatsApp platform. So thank you for reminding us, Maharaj. Well, at this point, we're going to ask all the devotees to kindly unmute, and then we chant triple Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for Maharaj's Vyasa Puja today, and for his presence being here and enlightening us and enlivening us. Please unmute. Jai. Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare.
Jai. All glory and holiness, traditional
Jai.
key.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for being so merciful to us, Maharaj. Haribo.